He looked anxiously at his doctor. If the matter should come out, you would understand that, wouldn't you? Now the general looked very curiously at the doctor. He was very eager to have the doctor's support, to understand him that it was not carelessness in carrying out his duty or unpatriotism which led him to forget. It was just that he was not well, that is why he forgot. Certainly, Your Excellency, Sadao said. He suddenly comprehended that the general was in the palm of his hand, and that, as a consequence, he himself was perfectly safe. Now, Sadao said, Certainly, Your Excellency. He suddenly realized that the general was in his control now. The general was not in a position to report anything against the doctor. So, as a result, he himself was safe. I can swear to your loyalty, Excellency, he said to the old general, and to your zeal against the enemy. So he assured the general that he had no doubt about his loyalty and his hate against the enemy, his enthusiasm to punish the enemy. You are a good man, the general murmured and closed his eyes. You will be rewarded. Now the general, he relaxed and he said that you are a good man and you'll be rewarded for it. But Sadao, searching the spot of black in the twilighted sea that night, had his reward. Now in the evening, during dusk time, when he went to see if he could see the flashlight by the American, it was not there. There was no prick of light in the dusk. He could not see any flashlight being turned on during dusk. That means the American had left. No one was on the island. The prisoner was gone, safe, doubtless, for he had warned him to wait only for a Korean fishing boat. So now the doctor feels happy that the prisoner had gone. He must have taken lift from a Korean fishing boat as he had advised him. He stood for a moment on the veranda, gazing out to the sea from whence the young man had come that other night. Now he stood in his veranda and he was just thinking back the day when the young man had washed up to his doorstep. And into his mind, although without reason, there came other white faces he had known. He remembered all the other white faces that he knew in America. The professor at whose house he had met Hannah, a dull man, and his wife had been a silly, talkative woman. In spite of her wish to be kind, Sadao did not like her because she was very talkative, and as it is, he never liked these Americans. He remembered his old teacher of anatomy, who had been so insistent on mercy with a knife. He remembered his teacher, professor, who was very insistent, who laid great emphasis on being sympathetic and kind with the knife when you are operating, that is. And then he remembered the face of his fat and slanterly landlady. Then he remembered the fat and untidy landlady. He had great difficulty in finding a place to live in America. It was very difficult for him to find a living place in America because he was a Japanese. The Americans were full of prejudice and it had been bitter to live in it. The Americans, they were prejudiced, they considered themselves superior to the Japanese, and knowing himself their superior. And it was very difficult for Sadao to adjust there because he knew that Japanese were superior to Americans. How he had despised the ignorant and dirty old woman who had at last consented to house him in his miserable home. How he hated the ignorant, unaware, and dirty old woman, who had finally agreed to let him stay in a house which he did not like, which was quite hateful, despicable. He had once tried to be grateful to her because she had, in his last year, nursed him through influenza. Once he had fallen sick, he had influenza and the landlady had taken care of him. He tried to thank her, but it was difficult, for she was no less repulsive to him in her kindness. Even her kindness was very repulsive, was very irritating to him. So it was very difficult for him to be kind to her. Now he remembered the youthful, haggard face of his prisoner. Then he remembered the lean face of the prisoner, white and repulsive. He found his face also very repulsive, very irritating. Strange, he thought. I wonder why I could not kill him. And he wondered, it was very strange. He could not understand himself that why he was not able to kill him.